Alright. Elephant in the room. It's been a minute. Hi, gang. I want to hear my own BGM. I can't hear my own BGM with my current OBS settings. Give me a second. I want to hear the Thank you, bot! Thank you! You a real one. You a G. Only a minute, maybe even a second. How do I change down to... Okay. Monitor and mute output. You guys can still hear that, right? Is it quieter or anything? Is it so quiet that maybe you can't even hear it anymore? I need my own BGM in my ears. Thank you, Comic Sans, for this sub as well! Welcome, hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Also, hi, YouTube chat. Hi, Ryan! And System Mixer Book Fan. Hi. Can't hear anything but the sound of my heart going Doki Doki! For a Pinna stream. Let's freaking go. That's the energy I want right now. Good. That's good. It's so... I am so awkward. But I've taken breaks before. Hello, Pin Adorable. I've taken breaks before. Wait, what the heck? I got a notification on PayPal, but it's not showing up on the screen. Hold on. We gotta give it a second. 'Cause that's gonna be a bummer if it doesn't show up. But I should tell you guys where I've been. I know, I saw it was you, Bob, but it's why isn't it giving me the stream alert? No! Maybe at some point randomly it'll do it. It does that sometimes. But BotCon, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Maybe I'll get Taco Bell, but unfortunately I'm eating mildly healthy right now. Only mildly, though. I'm not going full healthy. I refuse. I can't do that again. You can't make me do it again. I've cut out sugar, though. There it is! I knew it!
A whole 2 Taco Bell orders.
Yeah!
Wowie
We are back on track, everyone. Welcome to the Pinna stream. Where did the $1 billion donation meter go? Do I still have it? I took it away because I was like, and the bit's kind of dumb. Is it still even here? No, I think it might be gone. Yay! Ryan, thank you. Give me the alert. Hello? Give me my freaking alerts. How am I supposed to be back if I don't get the gratification of my own musical compositions in my ear every time someone gives me money? What's the freaking point? What the heck? Welcome back, Minna. Thank you, Katika. Let me say hi to everyone individually really quick. Grumpbusters, Epic, Toaster, BotCon, Not Blizzy, Ben Was, Comic Sans, Hunt Wyatt, and Ryan and Keta. And since the Stomach Book Fan from YouTube chat. Hi, everyone. I'll talk about where I've been, huh? There it is! What the heck is up with that? It was on time a second ago. It was here a second ago. I don't know why suddenly now it's taking its time. Man, so, where have I been? Well... It's a little bit awkward, huh? Mute Talker, hi! It's me! It's me! Let me think. Because it's not been a super great time. But I also don't want to be a downer. Well, I talked about it a little bit. Hi HJ, hi. I talked about it a little bit. Back in maybe September. I think that was my last stream. But back in July, I had like a little family crisis. And basically, this whole time, I've been struggling to recover from that. It's fine. Well, everything's getting better. And I've been wanting to stream for like probably like a month and a half now. I just haven't found like a time that felt really appropriate. I've also been like I've also been poor lately. I'll try to listen, but I'm still working. No problem. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you. Let me see. Yeah, so I decided I needed to take a little break from streaming and kind of just lock in on self-care for a little bit. And I think it did. I think it was good for me. I feel a lot better. Pepper, thank you! I feel a lot better. Oh my gosh, 43 months. Y'all crazy. Yeah, 39 months, 43 months. Ryan with the 23. Y'all crazy. Fin the stream! Work just got more bearable. Let's go! Let's go! I feel like YouTube Studio does a really good job at tracking me when I bob. Why is my webcam on? That's scary. Why was it on? Is it because maybe it's because I have a webcam in like a webcam source in OBS? That's scary. I didn't like that. Anyways, yeah, I've been taking some time to think about my content because since my debut up until I'd say my birthday stream, I've been really working hard to grind out, like, I suppose your average VTuber content. And I'm proud of what I've done, but I definitely didn't get a lot of, like... I put in a lot of work and it wasn't super worth the payoff, I guess. Trying to maintain an online presence can be super draining. Yeah, I really tried hard to min-max. I have a lot of goals that I really want to accomplish. So I worked really hard and then burnt out just as hard. So that's where I've been. And I've been thinking about how I want to go about streaming going forward. And, like, long story short, I do want to keep streaming. I like streaming. But I like VTubing. And I don't want to stop VTubing, I don't think. I like being I like squidding around with Squid Gang. Hi, Fiori! Hi! It's me, Squid. But yeah, I thought about where I wanted to take my content for a while, and I am gonna shift it a little bit. I do want to keep doing VTubing things because, like, I just like doing art and music and singing and being in front of people and being funny and talking to chat. The mythical Pinna returns, that's me. So true. Mother Tracker, you are alive. Oh, it hurts. I'm working on it. I'm being more alive right now than I have been. I was thinking after I chat a little bit, maybe if there's like, if I took less time than I thought, we can watch a little ocean documentary like the good old days. We all love and support you no matter what direction you take your content, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was kind of also one of my, like, I definitely went through, like, when I say I went through burnout, like, I was kind of, like, I was kind of in a state of like, who am I even making content for, I guess? And it feels sad. It feels so sad to say out loud. And I mean, I was sad. I don't know. Cause like, it's what is it? Kind of like imposter syndrome, where I kept presenting content, but no matter what I put out, I didn't feel like it was good enough to show anybody. And that was also what was burning me out a bunch, I think. But I don't think it's, first of all, I don't think it's that serious. I'm trying to get a different outlook on certain things. I want to have a positive outlook and I want to keep creating no matter what. So I'm working on having a positive life outlook and just creating for the sake of creation. And you guys have to watch whatever I do no matter what, because you signed up for this. You signed up for this. I should have had I need a toggle where I just like point my big fat finger right in your guys' face. You! I'm pointing it in real life. I don't know why. But yeah, I was wondering, like, is my time spent well being like a VTuber? But I'm like, well, I like VTubing, so maybe it is. Psychologist here, most people in the world complain about nothing, and that's a fact. True! It's true! Hee. But yeah. I was like, do we even want to VTube? But I'm like, I like being a squid. And you know what? I still want to one day be in 3D and sing on a 3D stage. Squids have fingers to begin with? No. Nah. Looking forward to that day. I will carve a 3D model out of the earth with my own bare hands. My squid hands. If I have to, and you guys know that's true. Hi, Chaosia! I was afraid of being disliked and especially afraid of getting cancelled, but over time I've overcome that fear and now it's much easier to create content now. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, for me a lot of times when I put stuff out, I'm just like, what's the point of this? What's the point of this existing? Does anyone care? And people tell me, and people are happy that they like my content and stuff, but sometimes like the words like, I don't know, they just won't reach me. And maybe that's definitely mental illness. But I'm working on it. And I'm in a better place than I was. The algorithm is also a cruel mistress. Getting stuff in front of people is hard as hell. It's true. It is! It's really hard, you guys! You guys don't get it! Some of you get it. Some of you get it. Ryan and Chaosia, you guys probably get it, and probably a lot of you guys. You stop caring if people like it or not. Pretty much, yeah. That's my new well, it's not even so much like stop caring if people like it. Like, for me, it's just like, I'm gonna make something stupid and funny that I think is funny and stupid. Oh, this is, you wanna hear some privileged problems I've been having lately? You wanna hear my nonsense? So, you know how like the whole like artist on Twitter thing? Is that they complain that like their fully finished illustrations like get almost no interaction, but then their stupid like doodles and shitposts like get thousands of likes? Mine's the other way around. My art's getting a lot of love, and that's awesome. And I'm really happy about that. But I want my funny doodles and comics and shitposts to also... I want people to call me funny, too! This is such like this is such a like a stupid problem to have. Oh me, oh only my art. You know, the thing that I'm branded on is getting attention. Oh poor me. Not my stupid little jokes. Tell me I'm funny! Tell me, please! I watched a video on how dangerous the algorithm is and what it does to creators and viewers. It was really interesting. Yeah, I got it in my head. For sure. Yeah, it'll get you down. Yeah, a couple changes I'm gonna make. To my content. One, I'm not gonna post about streams on Twitter anymore. If you want to come to streams, then you'll just have to be here. Or you can be in the Discord channel and get alerted. But yeah, I've decided I'm keeping stream content and Twitter content are going to be self-contained. I hate being a Twitter VTuber. Sometimes I'll work on something for like 1 to 2 months and it'll barely get any recognition. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I've been on that side too. Actually, I posted about commissions. I made a commission post yesterday and I really thought it was going to get 0 interaction, and then it actually did pretty well, so I'm very thankful for that. I'm a solid 11 out of 10 worker, but I was in debut chat a few hours before it started and I've been almost around ever since then. People, aw, that means a lot actually. I really appreciate it. My career for 7 years was making fan art. I really messed with my sense of identity. That's fair. Yeah, I really like your branding, Chaosia. I really love. What's your character? Is your character's name Chaosia, or is that just like your like store name? Is it both? It could be both. But like, I'm proud to have a Chaosia plushie. Very recognizable character. I remember, guys. But okay, I'm talking to Chaosia. Chaosia is in YouTube chat. Chaosia is one of my longtime children. And I remember when I got to work on your model, I was super excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just such a cute character design. Ryan has a Chaosia keychain! Rep! True. It's true, but yeah. Yeah, that has been how it's been. That is how it be. For the squid. And yeah, I'm gonna try a couple different things with my content. I am thinking about, and I've mentioned this before, even before I disappeared off the face of the earth, I'm thinking about switching to mainly YouTube. Because Twitch has been up to shenanigans lately. And I also think, in general, I vibe more with the YouTube audience, maybe? I don't know for sure. I think the YouTube VTuber audience is more my speed than the Twitch VTuber audience. I've just been just from what I'm noticing from like how Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers like vary the way their content looks. And I definitely feel more like a YouTube, like I feel like the way I brand myself is more as a YouTube streamer. Not like identity wise, I guess, but like just aesthetically, the way I carry myself. YouTube for the win. I've seen a lot of growth with shorts. That's also true. That's something I tried grinding out, and I really appreciate Netta for all that help too. We got some good shorts. Also Kenneth, thank you for the help with the shorts. YouTube streaming more chill. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like maybe YouTube be where it's at for me. YouTube seems more clean to me, if that makes any sense. That's kind of my feel. Cause I'm on, honestly, I watch YouTube streams. I don't watch Twitch streams. What am I even doing here? What am I doing here? I'm here because this is where everyone else went, and I felt like it was the place to be. But maybe YouTube's the place I'm meant to be all along. Well, there's a lot that I don't have to worry about with YouTube. Well, there's pros and cons, right? And let's think about this. Let's talk about this. So for YouTube streams, I have to make thumbnails for every stream. for this stream on YouTube, I simply zoomed in really close on my face, and I feel like that's probably gonna become a trend if I do more YouTube streams. Just zoomed in on my face, me going like, you know? Plus, being able to post YouTube videos occasionally too is a huge plus. I do want to mess with that a little bit. Actually, in terms of other content I want to try and do, I might make a new YouTube channel for things that aren't VTuber related and more like art related, I guess. I don't know, not that I'm gonna become like an art channel, but more like I want to create little art things and post them. Like maybe make like little animatics or animation memes. Perhaps a story time animation or two. But not animation. Just like I make sprites and they bounce up and down. We got time for that. Jayden animations. Whatever. I'm guessing you'll have to find something different for redeems and that you plan not to have those anymore. That is something I'll have to think about. Let me see, there's YouTube memberships. I could also upload speed paints. I'm always scared to upload speed paints because I don't know how to format them. I don't know how to format speed paints with the way they're made now, because you know, instead of like recording yourself drawing for the entire time, which I feel like is the better way to go. I don't know, but I feel like instead of recording, you know, you click the record speed paint button in your app, and then like. What, do you just let post the whole giant canvas to YouTube? I mean, I like watching those speed paints, but I feel like they're not very, like, algorithm friendly. Oh, here's me going on about the algorithm again. Deserved. Also, I need to talk about Donathon rewards. So, for the most part, usually they have a voiceover. Dang it! Ow. Speed paint with a voiceover. Me with both my eyeballs going in different directions. How do I do that? I wish I could just, yeah, I could easily make a toggle for my eyes going in different directions. I don't know why. I'm like, man, I wish my model could do this. I wish my model could do this, like it isn't within my full capabilities. Anyways, I still owe some Donathon rewards as well. So I have a little bit of news regarding the money. Expenses came up and I had to use the Donathon money. And some of you who've been keeping up with me, and I want to specify this, I want to clarify this. Some of you who've been keeping up with me know that I took a little trip to visit some friends recently. That was not that money. That was other money. It was still impulsive money, but that wasn't the Donathon money. The Donathon money had to go to something else. But I will be making it back, and I still will be buying the PC parts. So what happened is I was told through a friend that like I could potentially like take some PC parts off of their hands. Because they had like, I don't know, they've been like upgrading their PC like crazy. And they had a bunch of extra really good stuff. So I was like, oh, you know what? That might actually be the play and I could save a little bit of money. And then that didn't really go anywhere for a while. And then more expenses came up. And then I did the Family Guy dead pose. Considering all that happened, I wouldn't have blamed you for using the money for that trip to help you with your mental health. Yeah. Trip rocked, by the way. That's another thing I should talk about. You guys, I went to Vietnam. Man, okay, I have stories I can tell from that. I could tell them here, because some of you guys haven't heard these stories. Like, unless you were on Echo's stream, the one that I had popped in on when we all hung out in person, you might not know these stories super well. Or you might not have heard it all. These are good stories. So, let me see. I got stranded in Korea for a second. True! True, I did! No, so you guys, I was planning on like, well, okay, how long have I been gone? Let me think. I did some streams in August. And then I did another stream. What happened in August? Why did I disappear in August? I don't even remember. But then I did like a single stream in September and then I haven't streamed since then. Did my chat overlay freeze? Why did it do that? Why is everything breaking? In my dang comeback stream. There we go. But yeah, I had a bunch. I was like, what do I do with my life? And then I was just kind of like doodling around. By doodling around, I don't just mean drawing. I mean just like, you know what I mean? So I was doodling around. And then my friends are like, well, we're all going to Vietnam soon. And I was like, how funny would it be if I looked up ticket prices? And I looked them up and they were kind of cheap. And I was like, oh! And I took one day to sit on it. And I decided to spend a bunch of money. And go visit my Vietnamese friend and all other trip members. All other people who were part of the team. So we had a Pinot Rico IRL. That was very good for the mental health. Very good for the mental. Made me quite happy. But yeah, I decided like a week before the trip that I was gonna go. There's another story that I haven't told from the trip. That I don't know if I should tell. I had a really terrifying moment. That was completely my own fault. I'm gonna do research before I tell it. Spontaneously traveling across the world sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I have no money anymore. But it was pretty neat. I'm making it back. The commissions have helped. The commissions have helped. I'm getting back into a spot where I can create again and show the world. But yeah. So I decided, I was like, I'm gonna have a sip of water really quick, actually, 1 second. So I'm like, okay, who cares? I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Let's go on a trip. It's either awesome, it's either sounds pretty cool, or it was incredibly stupid. And it was both for a lot of reasons. I mean, 1, I have not a lot of money anymore. But 2, I got a custom Aozai. And that's really cool. Kingpin of Finance win. Right now, I'm building back my wealth. And I'm getting back up on top. It's happening for real. 2026, everyone. So, I decided to go to Vietnam. I do all the things that you need to do to prep for Vietnam. And I go to my airport. I'm like, okay, let's fly out. And I'm sitting at my home airport, and where I get an email that my international flight has been canceled. So I'm just like, well, okay, that's not ideal. Generally, that's not what you want to hear. So I had to fly from my home airport. The plan originally was I fly from my home airport to a connecting airport, and then to another connecting airport, and then to Vietnam. It was quite the ruckus. So I was sitting at my home airport, not even taking off for my first like domestic flight, when suddenly I get the notification. Oh hey, it's all been canceled. So I talked to people. I was like trying to call the airline's hotline, but they were like, oh, the hours are, it's, you know, you're not within business hours of this airline's hotline. I'm like, if you're an international airline, you shouldn't have hours. I think you should always be accessible, probably. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much. But I don't think I am, because they like then I called like my connecting flights airline. I'm like, these guys they canceled my flight and I don't know what to do now. Where do I go? And my connecting flights were like, well, why are you asking me? And I'm like, because I don't know who to ask. And they were like, well, go to, like, probably take this first flight and there'll be more resources, like, there. There'll be more there'll be more resources at the next airport to help you. So I said, okay, and I took the flight. And I went there, and it was about 11 p.m., and I went to the desk, and everyone was gone. Not a single person in sight. And I literally wandered the airport for an hour. I was like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. So I call my parents. I'm like, I'm here, and no one's here for me. I'm just here in this city that I don't know super well. And my mom was like, okay, let me help you get a hotel. And I'm like, okay. I don't remember if I told this part of the story. But I took an Uber to the I left the airport. I was thinking about staying the night at the airport. And I'm so glad I didn't. But I got an Uber from the airport to the hotel. But the Uber accidentally took me to the wrong hotel, but I didn't realize that in time. So I got dropped off, and I went inside the hotel lobby, and I was like, this isn't where I'm supposed to be. And I looked at my map, and it was like around the block. So I had to like walk alone in the middle of the night. Wait, hold on 1 second. Hold on, wait. Anyways, hi. So I had to walk by myself as a woman in the middle of the night in this city that I don't know very well. That was also really scary. It was also by a busy road. Bro, it was so upsetting. I get to the hotel, and I like, all I have on me is a backpack, like, and the clothes on my back. And I'm like, I'm so sweaty. I get to my hotel room, and like, listen, man, I was like 2 hours into this trip, and I was already in survival mode. Like, it like, things went downhill fast. And I think I mentioned it already, so I'll just say it again. It's not like India, France, Mexico, you're kind of okay. That's true. Like, obviously it could be worse. But also keep in mind, like, I didn't even have a flight for the next day. Like, hi kitty. Meow. 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 I didn't have a flight for the next day. So I was literally just stranded in the city for like 14 hours with no plan. That's scary. Anyways, I'm a sweaty mess. I only have one pair of clothing on my entire person, and then a pair of sweatpants in my backpack, so I decided, you know what? It be what it be, and I stripped naked, and I went to bed. Oh, Bakan, I saw that about that in the Discord server. I'll touch back on that in a second. I need to tell the world what happened to me for the second time. IDK, I did that once, not that bad. Alright, well, pop off. But for me, it sucked. So, I'm finally, like, the next day comes, I change back into my sweaty clothes. And I get rerouted completely. And they're like, okay, you get to go to Korea instead, like, because I was originally planning on, like, stopping in Taiwan and then going to Vietnam, but now they're like, okay, you're going to Incheon. And I'm like, I know that place, cool. So they're like, here, we're sticking you with a different airline. And I'm like, perfect, I don't want you guys anymore, you stranded me. You stranded me for a whole night. So then I'm like, okay, it can't get any worse. And I get on my international flight, and I'm like, all right, well, it's all uphill or downhill. That's something I never understood. Do you say uphill or downhill from here? Because if it's downhill from here, it feels like things are getting worse, but downhill is generally easier. But if you say uphill, that's harder. Because you say uphill battle, and that's something that's difficult. But I also feel like I hear people say it's all uphill from here. And that feels like it's better, because up is better, and up is good and down is bad. I don't know. This is something I think about sometimes. Anyways, on my international flight, I've been on this flight for like 12 hours. It's all downhill from here too. You know what? You're right. It works both ways, and it works both ways in the sense of the story as well. So, I'm on my international flight. I've been on this flight for like 10 out of 12 hours, and I'm like, you know what? Because I'm not quite on this path that I originally thought I was gonna be, I should probably, we have like an hour left of the flight. Let me check where I need to go, make sure I know where I need to go before... before I got up, because I know I have a short connection. I might as well just get ahead of the game a little bit, see what needs to happen. I look, and my flight to Vietnam leaves at 7:30, and I look at the clock, and it's 7:40, and I'm like, well, that's not good. It was one of those things where I looked at it and I was like, I just looked back and forth at the two times. I was like 7:30, 7:40, 7:30, 7:40. And you all you could do was sit there and stare in disbelief. Cause like I was just like, well, maybe it's fine. Well, maybe it'll be okay. The downhill is describing the state/conditions, so going downhill is bad. See, okay, that's another thing. Downhill is bad. But if I rolled something to the top of a hill and it was downhill from there, I'd be happy. So anyways, so we land, it was not a time zones thing. In fact, I accounted for that. So we land in Korea. And right off the plane, they're handing out new boarding passes. And I'm like, well, this might as well happen. And they hand me a boarding pass, and they're like, there's no more flights going out to Vietnam today. You have to stay a night in Korea. I was like, bro. Bro, what? Will say though, with this new airline, the moment I got off the plane, at least like I knew I was taken care of. Like, it was inconvenient. Oh my gosh, I had to fill out like an immigration form because I had to stay in Korea. I wasn't planning on staying in Korea, but I had to fill out like a what are your purposes here? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, where's the address of your stay? And I literally just wrote hotel. And they gave me a little lanyard with a badge that made me a special person. Was it an area of Korea you were familiar with at least? Well, it was around the airport, so I've been there before, you know. But yeah, I went through immigration, and they're like, they looked at my little immigration card that I filled out, and they were like, you can't just put hotel for your address. And I just like held up my little lanyard card, and they were like, oh, just go through. Will say though, yeah, right off the plane in Korea, they were like, okay, here's your new boarding pass. Here's like a map that you need to follow to get to the shuttle that will take you to your airport, where your room has already been paid for, and also like you have 3 meal vouchers. So I was like, okay, it feels better than the domestic flight situation where I was stranded, because at least I know what the plan is, you know. Like, it still sucks. I still have to stay a night. I still have to stay a night in a place that I wasn't expecting to. But at least I have a plan. I had to call Echo. I was at the Korean airport. I call Echo. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna believe this. Oh my gosh. It took me 3 days to get to Vietnam. It took me 3 days. I've never had an experience quite like that before. I never had travel time take so long. It was crazy. Anyways. Hi, Roxy. I will banish you. Momentarily. Dog in my room. Dog in my room. Anyways. I like, I get in the hotel room in Korea and I see they have a bathrobe and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going on a day longer with this single pair of underwear. Bro, it was survival hours. I washed my underwear in the sink, hung it to dry overnight in the shower, and I put on the bathrobe and I went to bed that way. I felt like an animal. It was struggle hours, you guys. It was rough out there. Every time I woke up, I didn't know what the day would bring. But I lived. Sink laundry rules. Sink laundry is great when it's all you have. Oh my goodness. Getting stranded in airports is literally the worst thing. Well, so I've had situations where I've had flights get like delayed to the point where I've missed other flights, you know, other connecting flights. And I've had, you know, those situations happen sometimes. But generally the airline is like immediately like, okay, yeah, we'll fix that for you. 1 second. And then they take like 15 minutes on a phone call. And then you get rerouted and everything's okay. I've never had such a bad experience with an airline. Where they were just like, I arrived for like a flight that I knew was canceled, to be fair, but they were just all gone and I'm like, people could be arriving from anywhere. Absolutely not. And I just had I was just like stranded for 14 hours with with zero communication or help at all. That was so crazy. It sucked! I hated it. Anyways, those are my qualms. The trip was actually quite nice. Quite a lot of fun. 14 hours. I mean, I slept for, you know, it was overnight, so... I mean, you know what? That doesn't make it better. You know, there's no time zones with international flight. Time zones do not exist. I almost lost a connecting a few days ago because immigration took ages. I had to dash my flight, made it 5 minutes before. I've had times like that. One time I was in, one time I almost missed my flight out of Tokyo, going back home because I couldn't understand the Japanese train system. Cryptic Kai, hi! Welcome, welcome, welcome! It's been a second. It's been a little moment for sure. I want to stream more often. I'm working on it. But yeah, those are my tragic tales of international travel. Tragic travel tales. Tragic travel tales. Tragic travel tales. Yeah, and then I had one horrible experience leaving the country. But I'll tell that story another time. I barely fly in my region. I can't imagine how stressful an international flight must be. So I'm I do a decent amount of international flight because, like, in my... Hold on just a second. Why is my phone low battery? Are you not plugged in? Hello? Why is my phone not receiving battery power? 1 second. Not plugged in. What the heck? Is that working now? Are you better? We're good. I'm a bit more used to international travel because in my off hours when I'm not doing VTubing things, sometimes I teach English to children across the world, and that's why I'm used to being in Korea's, because that's where that often happens. I'm an airline pilot. You're a pilot? That's so cool! What the heck? Bro, what? We got pilots in the Pinna chat? That's kind of neat. What the heck? Man, very cool. You guys are cooler than I am. Just finished flying for the day. What the heck? Man, imagine being able to say, oh yeah, just finished all my flying for today. Time to hit Crypticaya for your travel needs. True, right? Why do I have so little views in this stream? Says Andy Fun Family from YouTube chat. It's because people don't like me. That, I will say, that is only a question I've gotten from YouTube. Yeah, the people on Twitch are just hate watching. In my final interview with a major airline today, if I pass the review board, then I will start with them in January. Oh, that's so cool. Pop off. Okay, Cryptic Kai. Did not expect to receive an immense sense of inferiority as a chat member from Cedar in YouTube chat. Hey, listen, I mentioned earlier, I'm thinking about switching to YouTube full time. I still might stream to Twitch, but it'll be like, Twitch will be my secondary stream. For the people who exist there, I suppose. Don't worry, YouTube chat still gets its dubs. Oh yeah, Pinna! Oh yeah, Toaster, what's up? How is it going? Oh, you know what? I need to freaking... You know what I need to advertise? No, remember the bit ago when I was talking about Halo games? I'll let you finish your thought first, actually, yeah. Yeah, tell me about those... Tell me about the Halo games. It's because YouTube records the VODs. That's one reason. I also feel like I'm more of a YouTube... I feel like I fit the YouTube VTuber profile a little bit better. I got to reach and actually teared up at the ending. It was so good. Ah, that's good. I've actually never finished a Halo campaign. I played, like... I've played Halo, and that's pretty much all I can say. Like, I played it when I was, like, a kid. I'd play it with friends. No Twitter stream? It's so over. Bro, are you gonna pay for my Twitter Blue? I'll sub up on YouTube side next month then. Yay! Yeah, why don't you go ahead and marry YouTube then? I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Actually, I can't even monetize on YouTube yet. Wait, can I? I don't think I can get memberships. Which is something to consider. So maybe Twitch gets another W. I'm not a YouTube partner. I don't know the best way to go about getting there. There's much to consider. Truly, there is much to consider. But anyways, yeah, you guys know what I need to advertise. You know what I haven't really talked about a whole lot? Freaking! I did a cover with my friends for Halloween. I need to shill that. I haven't shilled that very much yet. Where is it? We did it on Aria's channel. Mrs. Pumpkin. Mrs. Pumpkin. There, I've put it in chat. Everyone go watch that if you haven't watched it already. I sang a song with my friends for Halloween. Found you through YouTube and your music side is what won me over. If that's any encouragement for YouTube. That's actually a lot of encouragement. I do like when people are like, I found you through your music and that's why I stuck around. That makes me very happy, actually. I get so insecure over my music. Do you guys know how scary it is to post music that you made? It's scarier than posting art. I don't know if every artist or musician would agree with. I mean, there's not a whole lot of us artists / musicians out there. But I wonder. I'm gonna grab them all together and have a conversation. Is it easier or harder to post your art or your music on social media? Igaku's on my mix, certified banger. True. How does it go again? Kao ga donki ni natta yo, nichiga ken ni ototta. Something like that. Something like that. Guys, you know how many covers I have currently in the works right now? Actually, I have 2 covers that I haven't posted to my YouTube that I've been fully mixed. I'm just working on the videos. Igaka and Drink Song are always on my mix. Yay! I need to make more original music. I've been locked in on art right now. I'm sorry. Art makes me more money than music. Anyways, yeah, I have 2. I mean, you guys heard Papa Papero on my birthday. That's just kind of been in video hell. This whole time. I might just release the little thing I made of it. That little tiny rinky-dinky thing. And then I have another cover that I was like, I will do the video myself, which is why the video hasn't gotten done. It's a good cover though, and I'm actually really happy with the mix. You know what? What does FWIW mean? FWIW. For what it's worth. For what it's worth! Right? I got it before you told me. That means I'm the squid today. Ike Peluche. Hello, welcome. Hello. You know what? I need new sub badges. BRB wrapping up work right freaking now. Pop off, bot comboy. That was rude. That was mid-sip of water. That was mid-sip of water. You know what? Do I even need to make new sub badges? Wait, there's like membership badges on YouTube, right? You know what? I bet if I forced everyone to watch me on YouTube instead of Twitch, if I was like, okay, main chat's happening on YouTube now, maybe I could get YouTube partner. How hard is it to get YouTube partner from streaming? It's probably really hard. I don't know. That's scary. No, I just need to pop off with more, like, original music, probably. Leave now! Go! Sorry guys, I had to banish my freaking dog again. My goodness. I think it's given to video creators more. I could maybe do it. Maybe I could do it. Some people found me through YouTube Shorts. Some people found me through YouTube Shorts. Music should work. A lot of channels I watch mostly upload covers and remixes, have memberships. I found you through Reddit. I do be posted on Reddit on occasion. I feel like the Redditors generally prefer YouTube streamers. You can tell me if I'm wrong, though. Also found you on Reddit. Oh boy. This is my reputation. One time... So I use Reddit, like, I've used Reddit casually, not just for, like, self-promotion purposes. And I got pretty popular on one subreddit a few years ago because I was making little comics. To the point where Reddit gave me a badge. I found you through my friends that commissioned the Doki art for their Happy. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Undertale subreddit. No, but you're not, like, super far off, I guess. If you guess it, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you if you're right. I like your model. It's cute and unique. Well, thank you. I think that's definitely one of my hooks. People check in because I look different. What was I saying? Yeah, I got popular in a subreddit. It was not Homestuck. Thank goodness. The point where I got on the front page of Reddit, and Reddit gave me I got an achievement on Reddit for being in the top 1% or 0.1% of karma earners on the site. Hi, Shade! And I don't know if I should wear that like a badge of honor, or if I should hide that in this the skeletons of my closet. It's so popular, even my normie sister found you. It's true, guys. My work on that particular subreddit surpassed just being on Reddit. It got reposted a lot on Facebook, I think. I've had a lot of moments of 5 days of virality. Cause there's the obvious one, you know, the one we don't speak of. Then I had this thing with those little comics. That did pretty good. Nowadays, all I'm known for is drawing Doki Bird. I really like her design. I don't even watch that much Doki Bird. I just like... I like Doki Bird's design. YouTube partnership is something you apply for. You need 1K subs and either 4K total watch hours on regular videos or music, or 10K total views on shorts. I think it's 100,000 views on shorts or something. Good reputation, better than the incident. The application process takes like a month. Yeah, I've looked into all of that and stuff. I might not super focus on it. We'll see. Do I want to know what you're referring to? I took part in a once viral, now disgraced indie video game. And that's what I will say. The creator, we don't talk about that guy anymore. It was a time. There's a chance you've seen my artwork. before you knew about me, King Pinna. And it was really cool for like 2 years, and then it became really, really not cool for every year after that. Yandere Simulator? I don't know. What the squid doing? Hi, Pagan Mars. You know what? I was actually about to take a sip of water. So I find that highly disrespectful. And that doubly so. That doubly so! Stop it! The Pinamore goes insane. You guys don't even know the cult story yet. Came to say Ooga Booga. Pajama Mema. Okay, bye. Well, I appreciate the Pajama Mema. Okay, Bajai. Gemini. Gemini? Stop hurting me. I love bringing up the fact that there is a cult story, because there's always one person who doesn't know that about the fact that there is indeed a cult story in my past. I said I would save that for Twitch partner, but maybe I'll save it for YouTube partner. Either or. Okay, here's all I will. In my past, I joined a cult. It was on accident. I was there for like 6 months. It was not on purpose. I wouldn't have joined if I knew it was a cult, okay? It wasn't on purpose. I had a nickel for every VTuber I watched with cult backgrounds. How many VTubers have cult backgrounds? How often has this happened? Did you hear the way I said that? It kind of sounded a bit like UK. How often has this happened? My vocal range. I'd only have 2, thankfully. Man, me and the other VTuber, we gotta we gotta have like a cult stream. We can talk about our cult experiences together. We can I was gonna make a joke, but it might be inappropriate. I'm deciding whether or not to make it right now. I'm not gonna do it. Pinna gets into situations. Bro, I be getting into situations. Oh my gosh, I didn't even tell you guys that when I was like on the Vietnam trip, we had like another like flight during that trip that we all took together, and the descent was so bad. Like I find this story really funny, but whenever I tell it, people don't find it as funny as I find it. We had a really bad descent on that flight. So I started like getting really nauseous. And then so I grabbed like I grabbed the vomit bag, and then I started hyperventilating. And for some reason, people don't find that story as funny as I do. The main plot of Aria and Echo versus the Pinna subplot. True, it's true. Bro, I be getting into situations. It was fine though, I got up in the end. Where's the punchline? It's funny because like everyone's freaking out. But something like that has happened to me before, so I was just like, okay, you know. I was just like, I was more like in the moment. I was like, oh, how annoying! I have to explain this to everyone now. I have to explain my nonsense to everyone now. that sometimes I get sick on airplanes, and sometimes me getting sick gets worse, and I can't properly explain it. But it was funny because they didn't know what to do. One time, it was not the airplane food actually. One time, I had a really it's like bad descents. I get like motion sickness, and then it triggers like some other weird physical reaction within me. So one time, I was so bad that I had to get wheelchaired off an airplane. I was with my family. I had to get wheelchaired off an airplane because I couldn't move. I couldn't like speak. My throat had like locked up or something. I had to get wheelchaired off an airplane, and my dad was there. And I told my dad, I was like, I was like slumped over like this, right? I was like, ugh. And I was like, Dad. And he's like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, take a picture because it's gonna be really funny later. Also, did you guys know they have special wheelchairs for airplanes that are designed to fit between the rows of seats? No, like one of the things I do when I'm showing like pictures of myself IRL to friends for the first time is I'm like, oh my gosh, have you seen the airplane wheelchair picture? Bro, they strapped me in like a straitjacket. It was. It's because they put you in, and you're like. Cause like I don't know if you guys have ever been like incapacitated. But you're like, this shouldn't be happening to me. I'm fully capable. And they put you in the chair and strap you in, and it's just humbling, okay? You're like, Nobu, hi! If you're the Nobu that I know, I don't know if you're the Nobu that I know. But hi! Welcome! Thank you so much for the follow! Let me tell you, when you feel like you should be able to like get up on your own 2 feet, take your carry-on out of the overhead bin by yourself and walk like around the airport like you're supposed to, and then you have to get strapped into a wheelchair. It's not something you expect to happen. Yes, I am. I thought I followed you. Well, hi Nobu, welcome. It's a special moment getting strapped into an airplane wheelchair. They're designed to fit between the rows. They're skinnier than the other wheelchairs. Bro, I look like a corpse in that photo. I'm like, man, I look rough. And that's why it's funny to me. Did that explain that? Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe if you guys have been wheelchaired out of an airplane in your life. Thankfully, though, the time I got wheelchaired out, it was right after an international flight, and we just flew through customs. It was great. I'd do it again. Pinna got the advanced air sickness. Well, it's not even air sickness, because generally in planes I'm fine. It's just if things start getting a little bit too rocky. And it's only on like... So far it's only happened on descents. I don't think it would happen on like takeoff. And I don't think it would happen... Oh my gosh, also yeah, like when we were on the trip in Vietnam. Right before we descended, the plane went like... Like, I've never heard a plane make that sound before. So, like, the anxiety was already up. Anyways, those are my travel stories. I be getting into situations, man. Like, I feel like I don't even do that much. I generally just sit at home and draw. I do just enough, though. I be getting into situations because I keep, like, joined at a perfect time. PTSD travel. True! So I keep pushing myself because I'm like, I want to be the best person I can be or some crap nonsense like that. So I'm like, I can I can handle all of this. And then when I inevitably can't, the crash out is crazy. Listen, if I can't laugh, I'll cry, and that's unacceptable. Anyways, what a crazy welcome back stream, huh? I love crashing out, my favorite activity! True! It's not even like, it's not even anxiety anymore. Because I've got it through my head that I'm like, okay, like, no matter what, I'll live. So who cares? But like physically, my body's like, well, is there someone you forgot to ask? And then it's like, okay, boom, we're gonna hit you with paralysis. We're gonna hit you with hyperventilation, nausea. You're gonna lose feeling in your fingers and toes, and it's gonna spread up throughout your entire body. Ooh. So I'm like, okay. Woohoo, work's over, what's up? I like crashing out, but more so in video games. Oh, that reminds me, I've been on a Minecraft server recently. That's also why it took me an extra second longer to get back to streaming. It's because the friend group started up the friend group Minecraft server for the year, and I might stream it at some point. I'd have to ask because it's not like a streamer group of people. It's just a friend group. I'll have to ask them if they're okay with me streaming the world. It'll probably be fine, but I'll get their permission first. It is a modded server. It is super heavily modded. I don't know the depths of all the mods. But everyone is incredibly overpowered and broken. And it's really funny. I am the president of an HOA. I built a cul-de-sac. And I've begun opening up like a small shopping center where people have built businesses. There's a McDonald's there. Is it an established mod pack or did a friend build it? Maybe a bit of both. It's Craftopia, I think is what it's called. Let me see. Craftoria. That's what I'm playing. Oh, I need to sip water. In real life, I'm against HOAs. But in Minecraft, I think that's really funny. Cause who's gonna like who's gonna follow like an HOA in Minecraft? Same thing can be said for slavery. Oh yeah, I did open an employment center in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful neighborhood. You guys are gonna love it if I show you. I've not used the create mod. Let me see, what mods have I used Ars Nouveau because that's the only other mod that I know. There's like this trinket mod, and they give you a bunch of, has anyone built a fission reactor yet? People have been building stuff. I have a clip of, one of like, because it's a pretty big group of people on this server. Well, not a super huge group. But we combined like two different friend groups for this server. So like we have two different like, there's the cul-de-sac and then there's like smaller factions around. The cul-de-sac by far though is the biggest like, it's the biggest settlement. And I'm the leader of that. But while I was busy building a neighborhood and a cul-de-sac and a community, one of the other groups of people flew into the cul-de-sac on an airplane. So I wake up to messages in the Discord server for that Minecraft server that's like, guys, I think someone spawned Herobrine in the server. I'm like, someone spawned who? The only HOA prez I would like is Pinna. Thank you. I'm honored to be nominated. I'm honored to have your vote. What do Minecraft zoning laws look like? It's all very like... What's... His name is Brian and he's no hero. True. Tyranny is evil, but only good when you're doing it. It's true. The last Minecraft server I was on, I was a capitalist vampire. And it got really bad to the point where I became like a billionaire. And I literally couldn't be stopped. They were gonna take me to court. My Minecraft servers get very, like, roleplay-y. Actual blood-sucking capitalist. It was really awesome. Yeah, a courthouse was built. And we took someone else to trial because someone had vandalized a bunch of people's houses. And then, like, they were gonna use the courthouse to try me next because I got too rich and I broke the system. There was a mod that we have, I forget exactly what it was called, but it was like an alchemy mod where you could have like a transmutation table and you'd exchange items for like points, and then you could exchange those points for items again. So I broke the system because whenever, Project E, I took really fast advantage of Project E. And I broke everything. So generally what I do in my Minecraft worlds is I make a beautiful home for the villagers. Okay? That's just what I'm used to doing. I don't like playing the enchantment gamba. I want to know what I'm getting and I want full control. So I make a little employment center. And I realized on Project E, emeralds are worth a lot of points. And I could get those very easily. So I started farming emeralds. And I started farming like alchemy points. And it was really awesome. And it was really good. And I looked a little bit further into the mod. And I found out that I could create these like, I forget what the points were called. I'm just gonna call them alchemy points. You can make like these alchemy point generators. So and they're not too big. They're like 3x3. So what I made a couple alchemy point generators. I put 2 in my house, and then I realized, well, how is that even like, what's it called when you're making money but you're not like, it's like it happens in the background. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like if I opened up a shop or something. What is that called when you're making like background money? AFK farm. No. There's a word in real life. In real life, when passive income. So I'm like, if I'm truly gonna make passive income, like it's gotta work when I'm offline as well. So I went underneath all of my friends' bases and I went and made sure I was in the same chunks as all of my friends' bases, and I built little generators under their houses too that I only I knew the location of. They didn't know that I did that. They didn't know I did that until quite a bit of time after we'd all lost interest in the server. Because I'd also written, like, a manifesto. So I was like, okay, listen, I'm okay to be the villain. I'm okay to be the villain of this story. I'm happy to take that role. But I'm not gonna, you know, if I'm gonna play the villain, it's only gonna be satisfying if I have a really good, like, if I get a really good, like, ending in terms of, like, me, like, being defeated by, I don't know, good or whatever. So I was like, oh, well, I can't just, like, build those and not tell anybody. That's really funny. You know, I gotta leave little hints. So I wrote a manifesto. And I put it in me and my friend who I was sharing a house with. I put it in the basement of our starter home that we never went into anymore. So if ever anyone wanted to look for clues to take me down, if they really looked, they'd find my little manifesto, and I had all the coordinates to all of the to all of the generators underneath everyone's houses. Listen, I'm okay to play the bad guy. I'm not gonna make it unfair. I'm gonna plan, but I'm gonna leave little clues. Anyways, yeah, last Minecraft server I was in, I was a capitalist vampire, and now I'm president of the HOA, soon to be elected town mayor. We're building a community center and a town hall. Did the mod pack limit what you can make with Project E, or could you literally just make anything? I could make everything, because by the end of that server's lifetime, I was flying around like I was in creative mode. That's such an evil laugh, what the heck? Yeah, by the end of that server's lifetime, I was so overpowered that no one could do any damage to me. I could one-shot wardens and ender dragons. I could one-shot players that had, like, totems. And I was generally just a menace to everyone. But I wasn't griefing, you know? I recognized how imbalanced the mod was, which is why I was so down to be like, yeah, let's please go to trial and can we please get rid of this mod? Or we need to debuff it somehow, or just like make rules for this server. This can't happen again. This cannot happen. Oh, those are my Minecraft adventures. I want to do like a content creation, like Minecraft roleplay server at some point. And who's your competition? Well, you see, it's just me, because everyone's quite happy with my work on the cul-de-sac. And everyone's happy to come to me when I'm selling lots. I run unopposed. Because no one else cares. Oh my goodness. Anyways, those are my shenanigans in Minecraft. I'll show you guys the server sometimes. I built a beautiful cul-de-sac. I don't know why. Like, right before the server started, we were all kind of getting the Minecraft itch, right? And I was like, you know, it'd be really funny building, like, the suburbs as, like, your base in Minecraft. Like a little shopping mall. So I'm like, I'm building the cul-de-sac. That sounds really funny. President of an HOA and a vampire aren't really that different, to be fair. I like being a little, I like getting a little bit silly in Minecraft. Minecraft mod packs are so fun because you've always got people who chill and make cute aesthetic houses, then you got people who live in a cave and have creative flight and do 1k damage per hit. Yeah, that's pretty much how this server has gone. Well, I built a cul-de-sac. I'm not really good at building though. I don't like, I feel like people would expect me to be good at building because I draw. I feel like I'm not a really good Minecraft builder. I simply just wing it every time. And however it comes out is however it comes out. So I think I actually, ironically, as the president of the HOA, I think I have the worst looking house on the cul-de-sac. I'll show you guys sometime, and I think you'll agree with me. Minecraft building is surprisingly a skill. No, there is skill. There's skill that goes into it. And I'm like, is that really something I want to invest time into? I have so many other things that would be so much, like, more worth my time. But also, I'm gonna get better at it passively. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep winging every build that I do. I'm just gonna keep winging every build that I do. And then it'll be great. It's not fair. Everyone else got schematics for their house, and they like shot their house brick by brick out of a cannon. I'm old school. If I can't build my house by hand, then what kind of American am I? Yeah, construction. Yeah, honestly, like I am pro construction tools. That's probably a good idea. In terms of mods. So yeah, she really said we built this city. I built the layout of the city, and I sold lots on my plot. Also, framed blocks, my forever goat, love that mod. What's framed blocks? What does that do? I was expecting you to sing that. I don't remember the tune of it well enough. Like, it's not coming to my brain, or else I would. I'm sorry. I've let you down, I feel like. I have, yes. I don't even remember what I just said, I'm not gonna lie to you. But you'll make up for it. How? I don't know. Wait, how does this song go? Hold on. Oh, so you can make stairs out of any block, basically. Okay, that's pretty good, actually. If you like building blocks like stairs, vertical slabs. Oh, vertical slabs, okay. They can right click with any block and change. Oh, that's kind of neat. That pops off, actually. That goes pretty hard. Hold on, I need to remember the chords for my own song. Is it this? There we go. No. There it is. I'm relearning my song. Then it's like... Whatever, who cares? Who even cares? I haven't played piano in a while. Can we talk about the future of my streams? Maybe let's do that. Let's stop chitting and chatting and talk about what I'm gonna do going forward. So, I'm not gonna do schedules anymore. I don't wanna. We're doing wonton streams, or maybe I will announce them in the Discord server. Discord server, by the way, Pinarico. Pinarico, if you want to be alerted to my streams, that's where it's happening. I'm not posting about it on Twitter anymore. I refuse. I don't like being a streamer on Twitter. I hate it. I'm the Ocarina of Time randomizer is still something that I owe you guys and I want to do. That is still on my list of things. I'm still also going to make the whatchamacallit model, the delinquent model. I have a lot of ideas for that. That's definitely not going nowhere. Would there be a notice for like a stream in like a day in advance, or are they completely spontaneous now? If it's a special stream, like if it's the Ocarina of Time randomizer, then I'll give like a day or two in advance. Work streams, I'll just do those whenever. Other games, if it's like a game where it's like some kind of special stream that I could get done in like in 1 or 2 streams, like my side or like mouthwashing. By the way, okay, actually really quick interruption. I need to make a formal apology to Anya mouthwashing for how I treated her during my playthrough. If you know, you know, and I'm sorry. That's all. That's all. I formally apologize to Anya mouthwashing. I was dumb. My streamer brain was not fully locked in on how that was how the on on the what do you call that? Reading between the lines, I guess. I was simply reading the lines and being funny on stream. So I owe a sincerest apology to Anya mouthwashing. That's all. Junior Cook, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Welcome. But yeah. So that's on the agenda. I also, in terms of gaming streams, so I'm gonna do more work streams. Actually, I have a lot of work. I just took on like a couple different commissions, and then I still have a lot of like other ode art. So I'm thinking more work streams probably. Maybe she'd forgive you if she wasn't dead. Well, that's just harsh. That's cruel. That's quite cruel, isn't it, Bot Convoy? Yeah, more work streams. Won't give in advance for the work streams. For like game streams that are like, I don't know, like more story based or something, or like I don't know, the kind of games that you could get done in like 1 or 2 streams. I'll give like a couple, like I'll notify like day of, like maybe a few hours before the stream. So there's no days of the week to expect streams. Not right now, maybe once I get back into the swing of things. Roxy, you're ruining my life. Take her away. Take her. Look at the way she's standing right now. Can you close my door? That was Sister Squid. So work streams. Work streams, you don't get any advance. Game streams, you might get like a day of advance notification. Event streams, you'll know it advanced. But yeah, work streams, Aria does those. Yeah, I used to do them a lot. Before I debuted, I did them a lot more. But once I debuted, I tried to lock in more on like just chatting and gaming. And movies just happen whenever it's true. It's true. I've been baby talking more, and I think that might be a character flaw, so I will try to stop. But it's kind of funny though. Sorry. But yeah, those are my plans going forward. I want to keep being Pinna. And I want to do idle. I want to do idle activities. I don't know why my throat's suddenly filling up with garbage. I want to do singing and dancing on stage and maybe sell merchandise still. So we'll see where that takes me. Alright, for now though, manifesting a 3D concert. Please! Please! I do want a 3D concert. One day. Yeah, expect some changes in the way I do things. But I'm still me, and I will still be making content and being silly and stuff like that in my own silly little way. Yeah, for now though, I think I'm gonna end the stream. Loud car. I'll end stream for now. I talked for a long time. Maybe sometime we'll watch ocean documentaries together on stream. I like doing that. That was fun. And also, I'm gonna plan an Ocarina of Time randomizer stream. But thanks everyone for hanging out with me. Let me see, who can we raid? Oh, also, everyone go listen to Mrs. Pumpkin again. I'll link that in chat really quick one more time before I take off. Everyone go listen to me and my friends singing a little song about pumpkins. Alright, who's online? Who do we raid? Alright. I got a oomph who is streaming art. I send you guys to them. See you guys soon. I will stream more, I promise. There's the raid. Alright, thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll see you guys all again super soon, hopefully. Don't forget about me ever! I won't forget about you. Goodbye. Bye.